Oops. Well, let that run out as I was looking at things on the board, making sure things were all situated right. Anyway, I'm Sam Healy. Welcome to the Flipside. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to be here and to hang out with me for just a little bit. We're going to be playing Caverna, Cave versus Cave today. This is a two-player game that hails from the year 2017, and it is an older game. It is a two-player version of Caverna. It's pretty different than Caverna. There's a lot of stuff that is in Caverna that this doesn't have, of course. But it strips Caverna down to its bare minimums, and that is simply building a cave for your clan to live in the side of a mountain, basically. So that's what we're going to do here. I am going to make sure. Yeah, there we go. We got some people showing up. Appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Now, this is a live play, so absolutely sound off in chat. Let me know you're there. I will interact with you as we play. That's how it usually goes here. I'll do the best I can. Sometimes with solo games I get head down and not really able to read, but I do look up every once in a while. So just realize that I'll be paying attention. All right, so Caverna is a two-player game, but it also has a solo mode, which is what we're playing today. So it can be one or two players, and you are basically in the solo mode. You're basically just trying to get 50 or more points. You want to score at least 50 points, what the rule book says. But if you score more than 60 victory points, that would be considered a truly remarkable score. So we're looking to land in between 50 and 60. That's probably not going to happen because I'm not very good at these games. But I do like showing them off. I do like playing the games. So we'll go from there. All right, so we'll get down to the table and kind of check things out here. Dice Matrix is here. What's up, dude? Howdy, howdy. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. So the game's going to be played in 8 rounds. Now, it says 8 rounds. So we're going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so the first thing that we do in a round is we're going to turn the next action tile over in the succession. So that will tell you what round we're in. So at the beginning of the first round, I'm going to flip this over. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. And that gives us another action that we can choose from. The number of actions I can take is denoted down here on the board. So, and it's also denoted on the tiles that we're turning over. So in the first 1, 2, 3 rounds, yeah, see, that's just weird to me, man. I don't understand. It just seems weird to me. We definitely start with 4 things out here because it didn't say to change anything in setup. Anyway, beginning of the round, we're going to do that. So we turn it over, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I guess when we turn that one over, we're going to do another round. Okay, anyway, it's 8 rounds. So these are the actions that I have available to me. These are how many actions I can take. So once we get up to here and we flip this tile over, we're going to be able to take 3 actions. And in the final round, I'll be able to take 4 actions. So hopefully that makes sense as far as that's concerned. Now, what are the different actions that we can take? Well, I think there are, what, 9? Well, we'll just show it here. So basically, whenever we have like this plus symbol with a resource after it, that's just basically collecting goods. This means that I can do a room action. So, and it's the color room that is there. So for example, this means that I can do 1 orange room action, which means that I only have 1 orange room out there right now. So I'd be able to do the cave entrance and get 2 of these. Or I can do the cave entrance and get 2 of those and 1 of those. Excavation here means that I can do this and this, but it means that I can do this or this and this. All right, so this means that I can do an excavation, or I can pay 2 food and do 2 excavations. An excavation is basically turning over one of the open excavation tiles here, and whenever I do that, I'm going to flip it over and add it to the central display area over here. It's not central, but it's where I'm putting it. And basically that gives you another room that you can then build into your cave later on. So that's the excavation. Housework here means that we can do pay 1 food per action that are out there, or basically per dwarf. So in this round, it would be 2 food to furnish a cavern. Or I can do 5 food or 1 gold to furnish a tavern. Over here, I get +1 food with furnishing, and then I can pay 1 food per dwarf to do that as well. So it says that there's a thin blue line that delineates them. Yeah. So basically with furnishing, I would be able to get 1 food, and then I could use 1 food per however many dwarves are at the bottom of the board where I'm at to furnish a room. Furnishing a room means that you're going to take one of the things that are over here and place it over here, as long as you have walls in that part of your cave that matches what it's calling for. So the parlor here wants there to be 3 walls wherever you put it. It's going to give you 6 points at the end of the game, and it costs 1 stone and 1 gold to build. The action that you'll be able to do once it's built into your cavern is that you can, if you have multiple resources that are at 0, you can raise them all up to 1. So that's a pretty cool one. The shelf here only costs 1 wood to build. It only needs 1 wall, and that wall can be anywhere you want. And the natural wall of the cave counts as a wall, so keep that in mind as well. It'll give you 3 points, and it basically does the same thing as the parlor, but you can only do 1 of those resources shown up to level 2 if it's below there. This one does everything up to 1. This one only does 1 or the others up to 2. The tunnel here gives you 3 points. It requires 2 walls to be built in that configuration, and it costs 1 wood to build. And the action that it'll give you +2 food, and then it will also give you +1 stone to a maximum of 3 stone. So I imagine that once you get up to 3 stone, you can't use that anymore. So you have to be below 3 in order to get that action, that part of the action, or something to that effect. So whenever we do an excavation, we'll flip it over and put it over here. Then that frees up a space. There is no excavation tile that goes here. That's why that little symbol is there. So there you have it. One thing I am going to chase, yeah. At the start of each round, yeah, reveal the action. In other words, the action tiles are revealed in order. At the start of each round, reveal the next action tile. Ba 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 ba. Yep. Anyway, so there is that. Eric is here. Very interested in this. It's probably going to be played wrong. Wow. Already starting the digs. Howdy, howdy, David. What's up? Philip Zomberg is here as well. Good to have you here, too. Thank you for being here, guys. Boom, 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 boom. I believe there is, yeah, one of the action types, one of the, yeah, building walls is going to be an action that's on one of these tiles. We just don't have one out there yet. And additionally, you can't furnish any of these rooms until you have the required number of walls built. So it's pretty cool because this one down here already has 2 walls built into it in a certain configuration. And then this one has 1, 2, 3 already built into it. So if I can get excavated back to here, I'd be able to build that parlor right back here if I can get back there. So, you know, we'll see. A couple of things, changes during play. Each time you excavate exactly 1 tile, also turn the topmost room tile from the draw pile and place it face up into the central display. So that's a change from solo to kind of mimic that there's somebody else also doing excavations at the table. And then down here, in order to do this action, which is going to be the renovation action, you basically have to have more gold than your opponent in a 2-player game. In this one, you just disregard that. It doesn't do anything at all. And again, we're trying to get 50 points to be considered normal. Excuse me while I shoo a cat that decided to come be... Go away. No, go away. Out. Go, 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 go. Cat has been sleeping all day long, hasn't cared one whit about me or anybody else in the house. And now all of a sudden, when I go live, he wants to be social. Sorry, can't be social right now. All right. Now, using these is going to be a little bit problematic because they are larger. They don't fit real well down here. And we could use these little things. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. But they are included in the game in case using these larger things is not what you want to do. But a couple of extra things about the game before we get into it is that this is restrictive. You can never have more than 9 gold. More than 9 of any of these resources, except for gold. If you have, if you're at 9 and you get more gold, you can flip it over and go 10, 12, 11, 12, 13, that kind. But once you get up to, if you ever get up to 19 gold, you can't go any higher. So that is, and gold's the only one that you can do that with. So keep that in mind. This is an extra thing that, an extra cavern that you can build. If you ever fill this up, you can take this and you can either use it on a 2-wall side or a 3-wall side, and then you can build something in it. But that's used in a 2-player game. It doesn't say that it isn't used in a solo game, so I'm assuming that it is going to be there. But whenever we excavate anything out of here, we're going to also turn another tile over from this one over here as well. And I think that's about it. We just have to go 8 rounds and try to score at least 50 points, and we will go from there. Cats and Caverns role-playing game. Yeah, wow. Fire up the blender. No, we're not going to do that. Throw cat into the cave. Yeah, well, maybe. Go for it. Painting. Hello. Yes, yes, yes. Good to see you. No, we're not going to throw cats into blenders or anything like that. That's not going to happen. But yes, it is slightly annoying, so I apologize for that. All right. Let's see. Well, I get 2 actions at this point. So, and now, another thing that you can do at any time, and this is a freebie, is at any time I can use one of any of these 3. So I don't remember the names of them. Emmer, flax, wood, and stone. So emmer, flax, wood, and stone. So I can turn emmer, flax, or gold into 1 food at any point during my turn. So take that for what it's worth. Yes, all right. All right. So I think right off the bat, we're going to go with that right there, and that'll give us 2 food, because my first action is going to be to do that right there. Now, normally you're going to pull it off, but I'm just going to use these instead. Now, that's going to give me an excavation, or I can use 2 food to do 2 excavations, and I get +1 stone. So I'm going to go ahead and take the +1 stone, and then I'm going to use 2 food to go ahead and do 2 excavations. Now, when you do an excavation, it has to be accessible. What that means is that, for example, I can do this one right now, this one, or this one. I cannot do these 3, and I cannot do these 2 first. So my first excavation is going to be to do this. I'm going to turn it over, and it's a blue room. Now, the difference with blue and orange is that, of course, the things that they do that are different, but you have to have more orange rooms than you do blue rooms. So because you start with an orange room, the first room that you build when you're doing a furnishing action or the housework action, the first one has to be an orange so that you can keep that number up. And then the second one can be a blue one. But then if you do it in that order, the third one would then have to be another orange, because you always have to have more orange than blue. So keep that in mind. So that's my first excavation right here, and I got 1 stone from it. And then my second excavate for this, and then my second excavation is going to be this one right down here, and that is that. Now, you'll notice that these are all dark walls, and then you have a couple of light colored walls, and then so the dark walls are required. The 2 other walls are not mandatory, but you can still do it if they're there. So the stateroom here has to have 3 walls on it, but if it has a 4th, that's okay. So that is that for my first action. And let's see here. I think I'm going to go with cultivation for my second action, and that allows me to do 1 room action, which can be this. So I'm going to go ahead and take 1 wood for this right here, and then I'm also going to get 2 emmer and 1 flax, and that will be my turn there. And that is the end of the first round, because I have taken 2 actions. So these both come back, and we're going to flip. Oh, dang it. I did 2 excavations and I didn't flip these over after saying that I had to. So there you have it. Wow, stateroom's worth 12. Takes 7 gold. Ow-wee. All right. Well, we're going to flip over the next one. Undermining. Undermining lets you do up to 2 orange room actions, or you can excavate even through walls. So a wall, if I had a wall built here like this, I would have to remove that wall first before I could excavate here, unless I'm using the undermining, which means that I could excavate this while that wall is still there. But that's what undermining does. All right, so round 2, fight. There's no fighting going on here. Alex from Board Game Co. has also added a cat in his recent streams. Yeah, well, this one is how do you build walls? The walls are going to be actions that are here on the different tiles. So they're just not up there yet. They are randomly put out there. All right, so my first action is going to be, I think I'm going to excavate again. So we're going to do that. We're not going to pay the $2 this time, though. We're just going to do 1 and 1. We're going to excavate right here. And that has a gold vein out there, which is worth 9 points and takes five coins to build. But every time you activate that, you get a stone and a gold. So that's pretty cool. And then I get +1 stone there as well. And then we put another one out here. A weaving room gets to go out there. All right, my second action, I think I'm going to build a room. Oh man, I don't think I can. Snapdragon. Can't get any gold. How do I get gold? Man, I used that gold too early. That might have been a huge mistake. If I do this, that cost me 4 stone. I don't have that much. Man, I shouldn't have used that one for food. Dang it. Okay. That can't be built yet because I don't have 4 enclosed walls yet, so I can't do that one. I could do this one, the weaving room. That will allow me to use, that's a good one. I think I'm going to do that one right there. All right, so I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to choose furnishing, and that's going to give me +1 food. Then I'm going to use the ability up here, and I'm going to use one of my Emmer to create another food. So then I'm going to use, because I have to use 1 food per dwarf that's down here, I'm going to use 2 food, and that's going to let me furnish one of these rooms out here. And it can't be this one. It has to be one of the other orange ones. I'm gonna go ahead and do the weaving room. And when you put the room into your thing, you can rotate it however you wish so that the walls are in the configuration that they're supposed to be. So you just have to basically prove that, yes, I can put this room here because it has walls where it's supposed to. But then, for ease of reading, you can just put it back where it's supposed to go here. So I had to use 2 of my wood to do that, so I did that. And now that's going to give me 5 points at the end of the game. And then later on, whenever I take these actions over here, or this action right here, I'm going to be able to use 2 flax and turn it into 2 food and 2 gold. So that's a pretty cool thing. All right, so these both come back, and we flip over another one. There you go, Eric. There is your +1 wall. So if I choose masonry, I get to fire off a room of my choice, an orange room, and I get +1 wood or +1 stone, and I can build 1 wall. Okay. This one gives me +3 flax or +1 gold. I don't even know if that's worth it now because I can get 2 gold down here, but it's using because that could be a good engine. So we'll still think about doing that one. All right. Getting to take 2 underwear. You're the underminer. David Brownlee under. Stefan is here. What's up? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Okay. So next round, I have no idea how I'm going to get 50 points. I literally have 0 clue how I'm going to get 50 points. We'll see. Okay. right, well, I think, do I have enough? No, I don't have the wood. I don't have the wood. All right, so we're gonna go with undergrowth here. That's gonna give me one, that's gonna give me 1, 2 wood, and then I can fire off I'm gonna go ahead and use 2 flax. I'm gonna fire off my weaving room here, and I get 2 food and 2 gold for that. And so that's that action. My second action is boom, 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 boom. Think. I'm going to go with number 2 here, just like that, and I'm going to be able to get 1 food. Then I'm going to use 2 food, so back down to 1, and to do this, which uses 1 gold and 1 stone, and I can put it right here. So the parlor is right in there, and so now that I have that there, I can just turn it up so I can see it correctly. And whenever I activate this room, it raises everything that's below 1 to 1. Okay. Now that I am pretty well situated with that, oh man, I probably could have done that one instead. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. All right, let's see. So that is both. Now we flip over this, and now that we're into this realm, I can do 3 actions. So we're going to put the number 3 out here, and now I have 3 actions to work with. Should have used that gold to hire a professional. Yeah, I know. Seems like something is missing to get more resources quicker to get rooms built. It's not a long game at all. So always consider the source as well. So this one allows me to do 2 rooms. So maybe I want to do that. Because I do have 3 actions now. So well, let's see. This one gives me +1, 2, or 3 for +1 food. What does that do? That I don't understand it. Whenever you get 1, 2, 3, or flax for any reason, you also get 1 food. Oh, okay. The retiring room. I really need to get this stateroom out there, actually. That would be a really good boost. Probably should have put that there instead of, I don't have 7 gold though. All right. Expansion's a good one. Don't have the gold for it right now, but I could. All right, so let's go with There's just no emmer over there for resources. I wonder if I can use any number of those. Let me see that. Can I use that as many times as I want, or is it just once? I haven't played this in almost 10 years, people, so I apologize. Anytime and any number of times, yeah. Okay, well, that's good to know. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use cultivation. That's going to give me +2 emmer, +1 flax, and it lets me fire off a room up here. And I'm going to choose the cave entrance, which will basically give me +1 flax. And that's that. Now my second action is going to be I'm going to do 2 room actions with the undermining. So 2 room actions allows me to do this one. Well, actually, what I think I'll do is I'll do that first, and then I'll use 2 to get +2 food and +2 gold, like so. That's that one, and then this one is going to be that. And this one, actually, do I want to do that one instead of the masonry? Maybe, maybe, maybe. Maybe, baby, you'll be true. Okay, this one, I turn all of those in for 3 of those. That one, I really need to start working on. Oh, gee whiz. 7 gold, though. Man, that's a lot of gold. That's a lot of stinking gold, bro. 5 gold, that's more attainable, but I'm just not there yet. This is the one that I could do, but it doesn't really help much. These are all not ones that I really like that much right now. So, I think I am going to go with that refining room, though, because that'll help me get the... So, I am going to go here instead, because there's not really 2 out there that I can build well. So I'm going to do this one. It gives me +1 food, and then allows me to use right now 3 food to build one of these things out here. I think what I'll do is I will 1, 2, 1, 2, and that will allow me to go down to 3 to pay this, to do this one. And this guy is going to be, this is something that always happens. I don't have to activate this room. That's the difference with green room, blue rooms. So I'm going to put it right here because the 2 white walls are mandatory, are not mandatory. The one behind is, so that's the good thing here. And so he's good to go. And that is 1, 2, and 3. All right. So now we turn this over, And this is you can get rid of a wall, and you get all of those resources. So the breach. This one is you get to do an excavation, and you can pay either 5 food or 2 gold to do a thingy. So that's good. Let's see, what have we got going on here? Victoria Ketchum is here. Hello, it's been a while since I could join in. Well, hello, good to see you, Victoria. So many Essen games to look into. What is everyone top anticipated from Essen? 2 wood forest sheep. Top from Essen are all expansions. Yeah, there are some good expansions coming out, that's for sure. So many expansions. I'm really excited about the one for Castle Combo. Castle Combo, Wandering Towers, Duel for Middle Earth, Sea Salt and Paper, SETI. Yep. Wandering Towers is getting an expansion. Yes, it is. Yeah, thankfully, Chrissy mentioned it in his video. Otherwise, I would have missed it completely as well, because it is definitely not in English. All right, here we go. Let's see here. All right, so my next go here is, I think I need to do some more excavating because I'm getting low on things out here. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to go here and I'm going to pay 2 food to get 2 excavations, but I also get +1 stone for doing that. So I get 2 excavations, and whenever I do an excavation here, I also turn one over from here in the solo mode. Now, the ones that I can do excavations are these 2 and that one. So let's go ahead and turn this one over. So we have a treasury now. I'll put it down here. And then that's also going to bring out this one, a warehouse. So this, you can turn 2 food into 1 of each of those. That's pretty cool. And then my second one will be this one right here. And that gives me +1 food whenever I turn that over. And this is the bakehouse. Well, that's thematic, isn't it? That allows me to turn in Emmer for either 4, I can turn in 2 Emmer for 4 food and 1 gold, or I can turn in 3 Emmer for 4 food and 2 gold. So that's pretty cool. That one needs one of those, huh? Wow, okay. Well, I think what we're going to do now, 1 and 2. That works. I could get it. Man. All right. All right. I think my number 2 is going to be it's going to be here, and that gives me +1 wall. When I build a wall, I want to know if I can build it there. I don't know if I can because I haven't excavated that yet. Between any 2 adjacent cavern spaces on your board. Walls are needed to furnish caverns. Supply of this wall is limited. So I guess I can build it right there if I want to. And I think I might. All right, so that wall is going to go right here, just like this. And then I also get, I'm going to take 1 flax, which, because of this down here, also gives me 1 food. That's my wall, my thingy action here. And then I'm going to take another wood Actually, no. I'm going to take another emmer for that. And then I'm going to Snapperdoodles. I think I'm going to go with expansion here for my number 3. That lets me excavate first. I'm going to excavate right there. That turns this over. This gives me basically 3 actions, or I can do 4 actions with the equipment room. So that's pretty neat. Oh boy. Ew, I've got 1, 2, 3, so I could build that equipment room, which would really help me get more actions later on, more room actions at least. So this is really not helping me much. I'm just gonna go with I'm gonna go with 1 and 2. Oh. And I'm gonna build this one. And I'm gonna put it up here, the bakehouse. And I have to use either 5 food or, so if I have food, I don't want to use gold. I've got 3 food, so I could go 1, 2. Actually, I'll just go 1, 2. Nope, can't use those. I'll go 1, 2 to go 1, 2, and then use all 5 to do this up here. And then I've already spent the wood and stone that are necessary for it. So there you have that. So these all come back. Now this flips over. So this drift mining gives you 1 action. Wow, that should have been way down here. That's crap. What in the world? Okay, so next turn is going to be I think I will all right. I think I'm going to I wonder, can you do the same room twice? I would imagine you can't. Number again is how many different orange rooms. Yeah. Okay. So first action is going to be man. 2, 3. Boom, 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 boom. I think I'm going to do here. So that's going to give me +1 and +2. And then so that's going to give me a wood. And then I'm going to take another +1 here, which will give me another food there as well because of this right here. And then the thing that I get to do, I'm going to take an action. I'm going to use 2 of these in order to get 2 food and 2 gold. And then I think I will go second action will be here, and I will take a flax to get +1. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? 2 gold. I mean 2 food, just to do that. And that gives me 2 excavations and then +1. So I get +1 here, and I'm going to excavate here, which is another +1 food. Sweet. That gives us a wood storeroom. So every time you take an action, you get +1 wood. And then I'm going to excavate here as well. And the prospecting site. So whenever I do the undergrowth action, which is this right here, I can turn 1 food into 1 gold. All right. So now my third action. Wow, I am not doing well. I am not doing well at all. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to take housework, and hopefully I'll be able to get a couple of these put in here. Nope, can't do that one. Can't do that one. Could do that one. Oh, that's just a free build, yeah? That's a free 5 points. So we'll do... Okay, so the first one has to be 3. So we're going to use 3 food. Boom. To do the prospecting. And we're going to put it right like that to show that I have it the way I need to. And then we'll turn it over here. And then that was free. And then I have to pay 5 food or 1 gold to do the next one. And I don't have food, so I'm going to pay 1 gold. To do, let's see, where have I got? I got a couple 1 walls over here. Don't have enough stone for that. Can't do that. Oh, dang it. Don't have the things to do that. That's getting built next turn, though. I don't have the wood for that. Nutso. Man. I can only do the shelf? That's boring. The heck? I could do the equipment room. No, I don't. I don't have the wood. So maybe I shouldn't do that one. I should do this one because I really can't. I don't have the right stuff to do here, which will basically just give me +1 more wood. Because I had 3 and I had to use that, but it would have given me 4, and then I would have had to use it. So that's what I did. Oh, that kind of sucks. All right. Well, last round, I am doing horribly. All right. So, first things first, we're going to come over here because we need to build a wall. And yeah, we need to build a wall. So we're going to build a wall right here, like so. And then we get to fire off a room. So we will fire off this one right here. Boom, get 2. And that gives me 1, 2 food and 1, 2 gold. And then I also get +1 something. And so we fired off the room, so that was that. Then my number 2 is going to be, because I have to use 4. Wow. I think I'll do this. That's going to give me +1. And I have to use all 4 of that to build. The stateroom. No. Actually, is there one that allows me to do that? It does. So I could have, no. Well, that allows me to do that, so maybe I should just do that. So I have 3. I'm not doing that. I'm doing this down here. Oh, dang. I'm retconning the mess out of this right now. No, I can't. Oh, I am going to get 4 actions, though. Oh, I forgot. I get 4 actions. But, okay, so that means I'm definitely doing that. That's going to let me build a wall right here. Ooh. And then I can just do that. I don't have to pay anything. Ooh. Let me tell you something. We're going to go ahead and put this stateroom right here, like that, and pay 7 gold. Borealis, Fortunes of Scoundrel Bay, Kokeshi, a carnivore did it, just to name a few. Fortunes of Scoundrel Bay was something that was on my radar, that's for sure. CGG is also selling standalone versions of Arnak expansions previously available only in their big box solution. That's cool. I also like that Final Girl is getting a per expansion miniature set, as I don't own all the expansions, so I don't need all the season sets. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm probably going to be looking at that as well, because I'm the same way. All right, so there's that. So I can put this back here like so to denote that we're good to go there. And then, okay, so that was this. My third action Hmm. Okay, so prospecting site. When I use prospecting site, you can sell one food for 1 gold. Okay, so it's not like a, but I got that though. That's going to be awesome, I think. So I think we're going to do undermining over here. And we're going to do 2. So the first thing is I'm going to use 3 flax to get 2 gold and 1, 2, 3, 4 food. And that's my first one. The second one is going to be 1 gold and 1 flax. Whenever I get a flax, I get a gold. I mean, a food. So that's my 2 actions there. And then I am going to go I'm going to go here. Let's see if I can't get 2 rooms out there. I don't know that I will. But the treasury is definitely going in, and we'll use 4 food to do that because I'm in my 4 player here. So this is going to go up here, just like that, the treasury. And then the second one, I have to pay 5 food or 1 gold. Oh, I had to use 3 gold to do that, so I'm out of gold. So I am going to have to spend 5 food, which means that I think I might just take this to get my 5. And then I have to use some wood and stone here. All right, so that's my biggest thing. Won't be able to do that. Won't be able to do that. So, and I don't have enough of that. Crude. So I'm really just going with one of these little peon thingies that I can build. So might as well just do this one. And we'll put it right here. The white wall doesn't have to be there, so that's that. And we had to use 2 of those to do that, and all of these to do that. That's the end of the round. So that's the end of the game. How did I do? I have 11, 14, 19. 19 and 3 is 22. 28, 38. 38 and 12 is 50. Hey, what's up, y'all? I got me 50 points. My goal is to get at least 50 victory points. Interesting. Let's see. Total victory points. Gold is where I don't have any more gold, so that's nothing. So it's just victory points on my board. So that is that. I got 50 points on the dot. Now I just want to make sure. 16, 19, 19 and 2 is 21, 31. 31 and 5 is 36. 36 and 5 36 and 5. 36 and 5 is 41. 44 and 44 plus 6 is 50. Yeah. So 50 out the gate. This would have been a lot better earlier in the game, but it didn't come up until later. So that's just the way that goes. Wow, come from behind. Yeah, you got that right. I'm sure it's pretty pricey. Maybe summer of 2027. What is that? Lots of people really excited for Orlige. It's a beautiful and seems heavy, a bit too much for me. Oh, okay. Horloge sounds good too. I only want that clock game, but I'm sure it's $100 or more. Clock game? What are you talking about, dude? Clock game. I'm trying to see what you're talking about. What in the world? Are you talking about Blood on the Clock Tower? Normie. Yep. I'll take that. I'll be normal. I'm good. I'm good with being normal, bro. That's funny. Well, that's that. That's oh, Horloge is a clock game. I have no idea. That's a stupid name. I'm sorry. I I don't know. I don't know, man. So interesting. Yeah, well, let's see. I don't really have a whole lot else. That took about an hour. I could play again, but I don't know that it's exciting enough to get a second play. But I do remember why I like this game. I like the game because I like how my thing is going to be different than your thing. And how I get there is also going to be different as well. I was technically only 2 away from getting this, which I could have possibly done, maybe, but I think I did pretty well considering that this is a very dusty play. But I enjoyed this. I really do. And I think it's a neat solo game as well. The solo mode of it is good because there aren't a whole lot of differences between how it plays now and if you're playing it with somebody else. So that's a cool thing. So ignorant. Yes, I know. I am. I am ignorant on quite a few things. Wasn't it on JT's SN list? Maybe. How many different tiles are there? Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That doesn't seem right. Why is there an odd number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah. There are 21 tiles. And so you both start with 9. No. Sorry. Some of these are not supposed to be there. Parlor. That's out. Yeah, okay, there we go. Sorry. So 18. There are 18 of these room tiles. And you both start with 9 on your boards. And then there are... Let me put it back down here so you can see. Then there are... like these are like starting center area tiles. And so in a single player game, you take 3 of them out, and there's also a third of these. So there's 4 of these tiles. So that's going to be a different play every once in a while. So there's that. And then you also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in a 2-player game, you're both going to have all of these. You'll have, basically it'll look like so, you know what I mean? Without all of these on here, you know what I mean? Boom. So you're going to have, both players are going to have all of these things covered up like this, 9 on each of their boards. And then these are going to be turned over as ones that you can build from the beginning of the game. And then, just like we did in the game, whenever we excavate, it's going to get added to that kind of starting central display. Okay? And then when somebody else excavates off of their board, that gets turned over. You know what I'm saying? So there's a couple of variations there. These are the starting actions, denoted by the little dwarf that's on the back side of them. And then you have 3 2s, then you have 4 3s, but you only put 3 of them out. No, I'm sorry. In a 2-player game, you are going to use all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And only 3 2s, and then you have the starting 4 out here as well. And then the last one. So in a 2-player game, you're going to use all of these tiles. In a solo mode, you're going to use only 3 of those 4 3s. So there you'll have it. I think it's a good one with 2 or solo. I like both of them. This is a little fiddly, and I still believe that way. This is really fiddly right here, having to do the little abacus thing around here. But that's my only real detractor from the game. I like everything else about it. It's one of the things that I really think is fun. I'm going to teach this to Jess next because I think she'll like it as well. Boom! Was it on JT's Essen list? All right, now I am. Maybe look up the name of the game that originates before you make fun of it. It's a real clock. Okay, cool. Maybe I can make fun of whatever I want to as well. But just because I don't like the name of the game, it's hard to spell. Hard to, wait. ORLOJ. The Prague Astronomical Clock. Interesting. I do not recall this being on JT's list. It may have been, I don't know, but I still don't like the name of the game. It does look cool, I'll say that, and it is the name of a clock in Prague. Super duper. Resembling an intricate horloge. Looking at the pictures, wow, it looks heavy, and it is a 3.47. So that is definitely down. It's definitely down JT's alley, that's for sure. Why he didn't pick it, if he didn't, I don't know if he did, I don't recall, but that doesn't look familiar, and I did the editing for the video, so I would imagine I would remember that box cover. But it is JT's type of game, yeah. The resource thing is in a bunch of UA games. Yeah, I know, and that's one of the things that JT made a comment about in our original Miami Dice video, was that Uwe Rosenberg just always uses too many resources in his games. That was one of Z's points. So yeah, absolutely. And David, Horloge is not just the title of the game, it's Horloge, the Prague Astronomical Clock. Now see, if you had written that in the original reference in the chat, we all would be on the same page now, wouldn't we? I'm being cheeky. I really don't care. Definitely my type of game, Eric says. Very cool. All right. Well, I'm out of here. I've got to get a video uploaded. I'm going to be serving at Tech Crew for my church tonight. So I'm going to have to try to get some rest in before that. But I do have some more work to do around the house. So thank you for joining me. I certainly appreciate you being here. And we hope you have. You were the only one behind. I get it. Well, not in patchwork, only buttons and puzzle pieces. All right, we'll see you later. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Victoria. We appreciate you. And we'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Come on back tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we have a special thing in store. Ragged Edge. Good old Doug is going to head down and teach JT and I how to play Luthier, or Luthier, however you pronounce it. I'm sure David will tell us. And that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So we're going to have a 3-player game of Luthier tomorrow morning for your perusal. So come check that out. I'm looking forward to it. It's vintage trade artwork. It's going to be a heavy game. I'm not necessarily looking forward to that, but we're going to have fun. So we'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Come on back tomorrow morning for Luthier. See you then. Have a great day.